Welcome everybody, my name is Dennis and today I'm presenting the paper Buying the Right Thing, Designing Food Recommender Systems with Critical Consumers on behalf of my colleagues. The overall goal of our research was the design and evaluation of a food recommender system to support critical consumers in realizing the complex values and restrictions. Thereby, this research is motivated from three perspectives. First, critical consumers are a group worth supporting and studying as they address the most common issues of today's food consumption. Second, from a sustainable HCI perspective, prior research suggests that we need to research personalization of values rather than enforcing a normative understanding to support consumers. Third, recommender systems, who are rather designed from a vendor perspective, reinforce prior behavior and rely on non-transparent values. Overall, our methodological approach follows the three-step design case study framework with an empirical pre-study, the technology design, and the evaluation in a field trial. In the empirical pre-study, the main themes emerged that describe the design space. First of all, what is critical consumerism from the perspective of our participants? Well, it's difficult. Some describe themselves as a specific stereotype of consumer, such as vegan, while others have a more complex arrangement of restrictions, allergies, and values. Still, criticalness evolves towards the exploration of new values and properties. To say it with the words of one of our participants, everything I just said about consumption sounds very good and very idealistic, but in the end you're only human, and this is really exhausting. But why is it so complex? Also, there are thousands of products available. This is exactly one of the issues. There are unmanageable many products with unmanageable different properties such as organic, carbon reduced, recycling, and so on. Consumers who want to buy the right thing therefore need to match those with their personal set of values, preferences, but also the personal situation such as budget, local environment, the family, and so on. But how do they do that? Consumers spend much effort on checking ingredients, labels, and by using apps. But to reduce effort, they establish in the long term a set of basic products to not match their own values with the product in every buying situation. With the help of a co-creation workshop with consumers that helped us to refine the profile setup and expectations towards a recommendation, we designed a knowledge-based recommender system. The system itself is based on the master data of 19 retailers, open food facts, and common knowledge about allergies, restrictions, food properties, and values. Within the profiler section, the consumer is able to set up a weighted list of this food knowledge between 0 and 100. Some of them, such as allergies, have an additional feature with a weight of 100. They work as a binary filter that filters all food containing this allergen. Based on this profile and the respective weights and an optional search term, products are filtered and ranked to give a recommendation for food within the integrated shopping list. The evaluation with 10 consumers showed that in everyday practices the artifact was not appropriated for planning, as our consumers already had their routines with an established set of products. Still, some participants used it to explore new products and fine-tune their choices, where the artifact made new options and information available. Interestingly, the recommender system also helped them to consolidate the retailer infrastructure around them and find new stores. But still, such consolidation would have been more helpful when they appropriated critical consumption practices in the past or in new living situations. Moreover, reliable data and definitions of filters turned out to be one of the most critical issues for critical consumers, as in such sensitive domain, they quickly lose trust in the system if the information or recommendations are not transparent. Coming to the profile, the core of our system, we quite interestingly found that there is a huge design space between detailed profiles that allow for customization of definitions and even sensitivity levels of allergies, and on the other hand, an easy setup for newcomers who just want, for example, the vegetarian products.
So, what did we learn from combining the three perspectives from the motivation in one study? First of all, we should extend the concept of ethical profiles towards practice-sensitive profiles that consider the personal situation of the consumer. Moreover, we need highly flexible profiles ranging from consumer types to very individual adaptations of diets. Third, we need open data and transparent algorithms in such sensitive environment such as critical consumption. And lastly, from a practice-based perspective, the point of intervention is not planning, but the support of appropriating consumption infrastructures. From a critical perspective on the approach itself, one needs to acknowledge that consumers are not the ones to change the system. Recommender systems support motivated consumers, but this does not change the production system, nor does it provide open data for such approaches.
Thank you for watching our presentation.